Hi, today we're going to build a file upload that will turn the uploaded CSV files into a JSON array after reading it and then transforming it. So we're going to upload the file. Let's take a CSV. Let's take the export one. And now, CSV. Perfect. Let's click this time on open. Perfect. And it will now use the browser internal features to read the CSV file that was uploaded. And then after it read the CSV file and got the text content of it, take this random gibberish text content, do data manipulations with it, and then turn it into a usable JSON array structure that we can use to render a list, to do data manipulations on it, to loop over it, to send it to our backend, to populate a table from it, to take that data and turn it into a chart, to send that data to any API and work with it. This really is a wonderful solution how you can work with CSVs that are uploaded on your platform. And we can only do this in only one action. So let's go into this action, but actually first let's go into the Webflow part. So we just have a simple file upload setup here. And this is the new file upload setup using the custom component. Please let me know if you want a video on that. I can certainly do that. So we just have a hidden input, actually we have it hidden. So we have a file input with an input tag using a custom component, and we have a type of file applied to it. We have the Wized attribute of CSV input, and we have the ID of file upload. And this is important, keep this ID in mind. And we have hidden equals true, and we only accept .csv files. So this is how you can also limit the type of files that will be available for upload on your file input, depending on how your system or how your APIs work. And then we have a button that is just a label. We have a label styled like a button that will have the for attribute. So file upload. In this case, the file upload is here. But since that looks ugly, we want to hide it by adding the hidden true attribute on it. And then we have this indexed by ID. So we have the functionality of the file upload in the file upload that is hidden. And we're going to replace the front end for this file upload using this label, which looks way nicer and is stylable, by adding the for input, the file upload attribute. So this will replace the component and thereby take over all the functionality the file upload has while keeping it at a nice and the style designed UI instead of having something like this going on. And this is the whole setup. And then we just have like a code field where we're going to see the preview that just has Wized JSON CSV, where we see the preview. You probably don't want to showcase that in your app. This is just for illustration purposes to show you that it's actually transforming this. You mainly want to work with this in the variable. So let's go to the setup here. So the moment I upload a file, and actually let's start clean and refresh the whole page. And let's take a different file, for example. Let's take the FinSuite table I have. Perfect. And let's add this here. Perfect. So as you can see, we have the file uploaded here. That's the one with the 0. I made a whole video on that, so feel free to look into that. But if we have the 0, that means we have uploaded a file. Right now, there is nothing in here. It's an empty field. And the moment I upload any CSV, let's take the small one here. Perfect. We see that this field just popped up. That is the file we uploaded. So we're going to do a custom condition. So we're going to do an action, an event-based action. And we do a custom condition that if a file was uploaded, so we're going to look for this identifier and also targeting the 0, this will mean that there was a file uploaded. So if this exists, we're going to return true. This is how we're going to look if this exists using an if statement here. And then we're going to run the function. So first of all, we're going to define the function in here that will turn the file into the JSON array. This function was wrote with the help of ChatGPT, so we have all those tags in here. So, but basically what it is doing, it is reading the file using the reader functionality of the browser, and then splitting it up, because you're going to get this in a funky format, splitting it up into a readable format, and then because the first item will just be, for example, make, model, price, we need to take those on top and actually add them into each object, because in an object you have name, Wized, for example, or name, or make Toyota, or whatever. But in a spreadsheet, you have them on top, and then you just have text under it. So we have to move those around. And this is the lower part here where we're going to do this data manipulation. But this is not really important. This is just the function, a generic function that will do that. Important for us is to know how we're going to apply the function. So first of all, we define the file variable based on the input we have of the file. So the file that was uploaded, will always be the same. This will always be the first current file uploaded. We're going to take this and call it file. You could do a const, I just did a var here. And then we just call this function here, and we inject the file that was uploaded in here, and then we're going to get the objects. And then after we got the objects using this function called above, we're going to set our variable called v.rows, this one, as the result of this transformation, which you can see we have a array which we can use to render a list, and that is the format that we need to do so. I just went one step back. And yeah, so this is what we're going to do here, and then we're just doing a console log for best practices. And if we get an error, we're using try and catch here. So if we get an error, we're just going to do a console log to return the error and say we had an error reading the file that was uploaded. And this is how we're going to handle all the situation in showing the files. And then we just have this function in here for the set text that will set the text based on the variable which we're going to select when we uploaded the file. So if I'm going to upload a CSV right now, and let's take this bigger one, you will see that we have this now added in the variable, and we're going to see this reflected based on the variable. So let's take a smaller one so I can show you that easier on a variable. Let's do CSV. Let's take this one. And if we now go to the variable, we see we have this added to the variable, and this variable is reflected in the set text action in here, in this text field using set text from this variable. Very simple. So yeah, this is the whole setup. And now from here, you could do an API call and send the v.rows, which will contain the uploaded CSV data, to your backend, to Xano, to Supabase, wherever you want to send that to. And in some cases, it looks like you don't have anything in here, but you actually have the JSON structure. This can occur depending on how the CSV is formatted. As far as my research went, this is an issue or some inconsistency with the way Wized previews those variables, but as you can see, there is something in here, and this actually works fully when it's sent to the backend. I tried that out myself. So sometimes, just so that you know, there are some file consistencies depending on which computer it was generated and all of that. But yeah, this shouldn't hold you back, because let's take one that works, that was created on my computer right here. And as you can see, we have that preview in here. And when we going to take the other CSV with the cars, it is going to work as well. We have that in here. We can send it to the database. So yeah, it is working with all the files. Sometimes it's not, may have some issues being displayed in the Wized variables, especially if you have 19,000 CSV rows. So 19,000 rows in your CSV. that may cause some preview issues, but you can still send that data to Xano without any performance issues. And you can even populate an AG grid or a FinSuite table dynamically based on the data that was uploaded. So this really is a powerful thing, and the clonable will be in the video description. So I hope you can build a lot of exciting stuff. CSVs are exciting. They're really amazing. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all your time, for all your support, for all your wonderful comments. I really, really, really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you're going to build a lot of exciting CSV features into your web apps. And yeah, thank you so much, and see you tomorrow.